I'll request Lalit, please kindly summarize yesterday's section, and then after you, Vijay Jayaramanji also will do it little briefly, and then we will take it to the main topic to the Guruji.
श्रीकामकोटिपीठप्रभवः श्रीचन्द्रशेखरेन्द्र यतीन्द्राः सर्वमतभक्तवन्दितचरणाभ्याः ज्ञानदाश्च विजयन्ते. Namaskaram everyone. So I'll quickly in 2 or 3 minutes summarize what Guru Garu taught yesterday and then we can go forward. So yesterday we got the introduction to Ramayana. So Ramayana is a very interesting text because it is both a kavya and an itihasa. It is not a Purana like Bhagavata. It is a kavya, it's a poetic work, so it has some of those elements, and it is also an itihasa, so it is a historical text as well. So we found a couple of dates that Ramayana was at. There are several postulations based on Rama's horoscope and when the planets were in that alignment. But we do hold that this was a historically accurate document. Ramayana commences with the Valmiki Maharshi asking Narada Maharshi if there is a man, a Nara. So he asks specifically for a human with 16 qualities. So Gunavan, Viryavan, Dharmagnya, Kritagnya, such 16 qualities are asked. And then again, Narada also says, Vakshyamyaham buddha tairyukta shruyatam naraha. So Narada also says, I'm speaking of a man, I'm speaking of a human with the qualities that you have asked for. And then Narada Maharshi too adds a few qualities there to Rama's character. And thus, in the beginning of Ramayana, we have the summary of Rama's character in the beginning. And then we have the famous story that gave rise to poetry in Sanskrit as we know it. So Valmiki Maharshi was going for a bath in the Tamasa Nadi, in the Tamasa river, and there he saw two birds of the Krauncha species. They were they were together, and a hunter killed one of them, and the bird that was left alive was sorrowing over its dead companion. And Valmiki Maharshi saw that and he was moved. So from his shoka, from his grief, came a shloka, a verse. This was the first Paurushavak. So this was the first work in meter that had been composed by a human. So until then, the literature that we had in this meter, in this Anushtup meter, was only in Vedas, which are not written by people. So this was the first time that a person, a human, had voiced their thoughts in a meter. So from there, the verse that was said was Ma Nishada Pratishtham Tvamagama Shashwati Samaha. So Nishada, O hunter, Pratishtham Ma Agamaha. So may you not live for long, is what the shloka says. Then again, there's another meaning where Ma Nishada means Rama, and then Rama, may your fame live forever is another meaning. But Valmiki Maharshi curses the hunter, saying that you will die early because you have, killed these beautiful birds. And then he goes back to his ashrama and he's sorrowing because he's a rishi. He should have control over his anger, but he let that slip and cursed the birds and cursed the hunter. So then Brahma comes and tells him, Machanda Deva. So due to my will, you spoke in this way. It was not your anger, but this was my will, my blessing that this should happen. So write Ramayana, write the story of Rama that you heard from Narada Maharshi, and whatever you write will be true. So whatever you write will be Satya, and you will not only see the characters, but Rahasyancha Prakashancha. So you'll not only see what the characters do, you'll not only see their actions, but you will also know their thoughts. So this is important because going forward in Ramayana, we can trust that not only the actions of the characters are historical, but their thoughts are also exactly what happened in the story as Valmiki presents it to us. So thus far, we have done yesterday. So up to Pattabhisheka. And the way Ramayana is sung too, so Valmiki Maharshi, after Brahma tells him, composes the entire Ramayana and then teaches it to Kusha and Lava. So Rama's own sons that have been sent to that have been living in the forest. So they come then to Rama's Ashwamedha Yaga, sing it in front of Rama. Rama there himself, Guru Garu pointed out those shlokas yesterday, where Rama himself describes his own story as Mahanubhavam Charitam and Bhutikaram. So this story is auspicious and it is great in nature. So that is the Ramayana, and then Kusha and Lava started singing the story from there. And from there we can go forward.
Yeah, please.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. The first, I will keep it very short. the first thing he told us was how to approach the Ramayana, that we have to approach it with that Shraddha, that Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. So whatever he did was Dharma. So that should, and we should approach it with from what our tradition says and take that as the primary thing that is of importance. Then the other thing that yesterday he said was Ramayana, how it is very important, not only in as a text of literary text, but also in the performing arts, Shilpa and Sangeeta. It has a wide ranging impact. And then he also mentioned that Kushilava is the word that is used for actors. And then he talked about how because it is an enacted play, it can be also enacted. He also mentioned how that Adbhuta Rasa or a rasa is a sentiment, and in a play there are something called sandhis, which are segments of a plot of a play. So in that sandhi, the Nirvahana sandhi is the place where the Adbhuta Rasa is supposed to shine, and the entry of Hanuman in the Sundarakanda, and how Hanuman's entry brings us that element and presents it. So that was the other thing that I just wanted to highlight. And with that, everything else Lalit had covered. And
Sharma Garu,
Yeah.
can Lalit recite that poem which Guru Garu was mentioning?
Oh, okay. Lalit, please go ahead.
It's a famous padyam.
Yeah, go ahead.
ಸರ್ವಮಂಗಳ ಗುಣ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣುಡಗು ನಿನ್ನು ನರುನಿ ದೇವುನಿಗಾಗ ನರೆಯುಗಾತ. So these are the boons that supposedly Dasharatha gave Rama for being an obedient son and going to the forest. So ಸರ್ವಮಂಗಳ ಗುಣ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣುಡಗು ನಿನ್ನು ನರುನಿ ದೇವುನಿಗಾಗ ನರೆಯುಗಾತ. So may men look upon you as God. Ramanamamu bhavastoma bhanjana divya tarakanamamaye tanarugata. So may your name, may Ramanama become the means to crossing this samsara. పదికొంపలును లేని పల్లినైనను రామ భజన మందిరముండి వరలుగాత. So this is the part that Guru Garu talked about yesterday. So in a small hamlet that doesn't even have 10 proper houses, even if it is that destitute and out of the way, it will still have a Rama Mandira, a Rama Alaya. కవులెల్ల నీ దివ్య కథలెల్ల రీతుల కొనియాడి ముక్తి గైకొంద్రుగాక. So as she just said, may all artisans, may they talk about your story, present your story and get mukti. ఎట్టి వ్రాతయు శ్రీరామ చుట్టవడక వ్రాయబడకుండుగావుత. So we see this in South India more. Without writing Shriram at the top of a paper, they won't start writing on a document. So may nothing be commenced without writing Shrirama first. Ramavakyamanina tiruganidani arthamagunugata. So may the phrase Ramavakya mean a promise that will be fulfilled for sure. Tiruganidani arthamagunugata ramyagunadhama raghurama ramachandra. So that is the poem that Guru Garu mentioned.
Thank you. Have nice Krishna Jayanti.